Yep. And that's how I get this natural colour. I mean, you think I'm born with this? It's not real. Hello everybody, I'm Electric Richard, and this is the news roundup. Been a little while since I did one of these, so we're going to play a little bit of catch up. I'm starting off with, well, I just want to say farewell to the PlayStation 2. But I don't know if you know, I mean, a lot of people do know this, but it's a well-known fact that the PlayStation 2, of course, is the world's most popular games console, even today. But all good things must come to an end, as Star Trek said, so bye-bye PS2. Yes, Sony have ceased production of the PS2. It is no more. Once the ones off the shelf have gone, that's it. No more PlayStation 2s. They're gone forever. I still have my original PlayStation 2, the big fat one. I got it a couple months before it came out in Britain because someone imported it from France, some shop in Putney in London. Also hitting the news in the past couple of weeks is Atari. Poor old Atari, they're filing for bankruptcy. Well, not really, actually, it's kind of complicated because the Atari that released games today is not the Atari that made video games back in the 70s, no. The Atari back in the 70s kind of, well, they disappeared after the Atari, was it the, named after a bird or something, the Phoenix, the Amstrad? No, what was it? It was the Falcon. I think it was the Falcon. And became this label. Then French game publisher Infogrames, they bought that label and started to use it for their wares. They released a few old school games from Atari's catalogue, and a few years after that, they decided to buy the whole thing outright. So what's happened is somehow within that buying of the label, the people who are Atari have decided to somehow protect themselves from Infogrames going under, which is what's happening. So that Atari can continue, even though Infogrames may not. So really, when you say Atari are filing for bankruptcy, it's actually Infogrames who are filing for bankruptcy. Look them up, Google them, find out what games they used to make back in the old days, like North and South. Yeah, that was the game. There have been a lot of PlayStation 4 rumours going around recently, and the Xbox 720, but the one that is interesting to me at the moment is it sounds like possibly, Sony might be dropping the DualShock controller. This isn't a bad thing. It's been around for 3 generations of console now, which is quite unheard of. There was a time back in the old days, I think it was the PS2, that were going to redesign the DualShock, but of course DualShock's owned by a different company, and they said, "Urgh!" So that didn't happen. So we'll see what happens with the PS4. Rumours are that it'll be some sort of touchscreen thing. And since we saw a nice bit of kit out of CES this year, which had a flat screen and little bubbles formed to form actual keys you could feel with your fingers on the flat screen and then went away when you got rid of them, that was pretty cool. I think that might be something that PlayStation look into, or at least I'd like to see that. That would be a nice addition. Because let's face it, a touch screen controller, which is only touchscreen, will be counterintuitive. It's nice to know where the buttons are in your brain before your thumb finds them. There's a new screenwriter for Assassin's Creed. That's the Assassin's Creed film. You know, that company who make all those, they're looking to turn their wares into films, and there's a new screenwriter for Assassin's Creed if you care about this kind of thing. His name is Michael Leslie. Apparently, he's a playwright. The SimCity beta has just started. That's a good thing. Have a look at that, sign up if you can. It's a very, very interesting game, the new SimCity. I'll be doing a video about that soon, so keep your eyes peeled. But what's interesting about this beta is a little caveat in the user agreement that you sign with Electronic Arts in order to play the beta. It says, and I'm paraphrasing here, if you do not tell us about all the bugs you see about or hear about from other people, we will kick you off of all EE games forever. Amen. Interesting. Actually, it's in all EA games. When you sign up for betas, it's in all of them. And so it's rare that something's going to happen, but it's just, it's the first time someone's pointed out and seen it. So, and the media picked up on that. So really, it's not news. But I don't even know why it's in here. Just moving on. And something that I'm very pleased about is the Elite Kickstarter. Yes, that achieved its funding goal. I want to say Elite Kickstarter. It's not a Kickstarter which is kind of beyond your reach because you're not elite. It's basically a rehash, a redo of the classic video game Elite. Created by David Braben back in the 80s, it came out on the Spectrum, Commodore 64 and a couple other machines. Well, personally I didn't start playing it until its sequel, Elite 2 Frontier. That was awesome. You could just go to all these different stars and mine planets, and it was fantastic. It was like just flying through space. Whenever someone on television says, that's Vega, that's the brightest star in the sky, I like to say, I've been to Vega, I did some trading there, and a couple of missions for the Imperial Army, so that was fun. And hopefully you can have that same kind of fun too. with this update of Elite. Although having said that, there are quite a lot of games that do that anyway at the moment, that you know, explore space and trade and mine and stuff. And in a lot of ways, Elite's now kind of set the tone for other games. It's kind of a rehash of the past, and just because I'm over 30s, you know, I want to play an old game, which I just probably should play a new game and stop looking at the past. Call of Duty Black Ops 2 has a brand new expansion pack on the way. It has, let me see here, a new gun, 4 maps. You can be a zombie as well. That's a thing on Call of Duty. I'm a Battlefield fan, so it's not really my thing. Anyway, to sort of get everyone hyped up about this new expansion pack, people who make Call of Duty have released a little film. That little film stars bad man of the films. What's his name? Peter Stormare. Peter Stormare. He was in things like Fargo. He's a badass kind of guy, and he rocks up in a very cool car and tells you that he is the replacer, and that he is going to do the things that you can't do because you're busy playing Call of Duty. I mean, kudos to Call of Duty for pulling this off first. I mean, let's face it, the replacer could work for any video game, not just Call of Duty. And God knows I'm not going to be playing Call of Duty because I've got a brain. I don't play Call of Duty. It's for kids and idiots. I'd like to apologise to kids and idiots out there. I didn't mean to offend you. I'm really sorry. Upcoming and highly anticipated survival action game Last of Us is going to have quite an epic special edition. There's going to be an expensive one and a very expensive one. Let's see, and between them they're going to have things like skins for the pads to go on, avatar stuff for your in-game, you know, manis, people, maybe a sticker, a pen, maybe a keyring, what else, pencil case, finger puzzle thing, plastic rings, stickers, socks, and a cat flap. The game that I'm really looking forward to next year, wait no, it is 2013, isn't it? The game I'm really looking forward to this year is GTA 5, and thankfully it's coming out on PC, yay! I'm excited about this because the PC version of GTA is always the one that shows off just how rubbish the consoles are and how far-reaching the GTA 5 game has been made. Let's face it, the GTA games are always the games to really push your console. And since the Xbox and the PS3 have been around for quite a while now, let's just say that GTA 5 is really going to test those consoles. As a contrast, the PC version is going to push your PC hardware. So basically, if you want to do better, you buy better hardware. I tell you, GTA 5 is going to look pretty sweet on PC. Pretty freaking sweet. I don't have a gaming PC. Bioshock Infinite, another game I'm looking forward to this year, is having a little comic book released just before the game. It's a prequel to the game, to the Sky City and the floating things and the girl and other things I've read about. So yeah, if you want to know how the game kicks off, read the comic book. It's coming out on Kindle. I don't know if it's coming out in hard copy. Maybe it is. It'd be nice if it did. And then that will lead you into the game rather sweetly. I'm not that fussed, to be honest. I'm looking forward to the game. And finally, it's the 30th anniversary of the NES. Happy birthday, NES! To celebrate, Nintendo are releasing a whole bunch of NES classics on their virtual console download thing. They're releasing at least 30 games for 30 pence each for 30 days to celebrate 30 years of the NES. You have to be 30 to play them, and you can only play them for 30 days. Also, while you're eating, you can only put on 30 calories while you're playing the game, and each game can only be played a maximum of 30 button presses. So it's really quite an odd one. And that's the news! I have been and always shall be Lecture Richard. Please don't forget to subscribe to this channel. I like that kind of thing. Leave some comments down there, and make sure that if you are about to comment about what I said about Call of Duty, that you have a sense of humour and you are a smart person. If your comment is less than 5 words, you shall be ignored. And also, you can tweet me. Until next time, bye!